Welcome back to a brand new episode of Charm City Beat. Happy New Year. Also, happy birthday to the man, the myth, the legend, Ross. Happy birthday, Big 3-5. What's up? Welcome to your mid 30s.
Mm.
Shit starts, it's just all downhill from here. I'm just kidding. It's going to be great. But no, happy birthdays. Ravens survived the Gauntlet, which I feel like earlier in the season we would have predicted it might not have gone so beautifully as it has, but they did the job. They set up to play against the Browns for the championship, AFC North title. Feels great to be a Ravens fan. I'm not going to lie.
Survive is a strong word. I feel
Survive
like
is a very
they
strong.
fucking
They,
annihilated that stretch. What was it, 100 some points to 33? Like
ungodly.
the defense shut out the Texans. They got the monkey off their back when it came to Pittsburgh. Who else did they play in that stretch? I think they beat somebody else the shit out of them.
The,
I forget.
the Giants.
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 Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like Lamar
Giants,
Jackson comes up
Giants
back
after our
in the
bye.
game.
So not really. You want to comparatively the Steelers had a slightly little tougher 11 game stretch. I mean, they played the Eagles and us, and then the Chiefs, but they still suck. So but like I said, 100 to 33. Two of those games on the road. We went 3-0. And really, if you want to be technical, our defense really only gave up 31 points because I'm assuming this 33 is because of the safety, which I called that was going to happen because we did it last year on Christmas. We jokingly were talking about the one where the ref tripped Lamar.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn it.
My aunt needed a safety for her blocks, and I was joking like, well, we did one last year. Not more than a half hour later. Huh. It was a safety.
Yeah. Yeah, that it's absolutely crazy to pitch a shutout on Christmas Day.
Against a home playoff team like the Texans. Like I know they're not
Yeah,
playing well, but at the end of the day, it's still Houston, and
it's
people were
Houston.
predicting it to be a very close game. It wasn't even remotely close.
Yeah. Talk about Christmas presents. Lamar Jackson, man. Again, I've said it once. I'll say it again. I'll say it over and over again until I'm blue in the fucking face. If
Yep.
you hate on Lamar Jackson, you're just a straight up fucking hater. This man broke Michael Vick's record, 6,109 rushing yards for a QB. Come on, bro. Like, and the man's not even sniffing 30. The record currently sits at 6,110 yards, and it's counting. He plays the Browns this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. He's been fun. The game has been a lot more fun for him. You can see it on his face. You can see it on his face. It's a different game.
Except when he throws a pick, he is pissed.
Yeah.
That Ravens wired after his pick, even after the picks, like he was just no. Which
Yeah.
by the way, they did a breakdown that he has 4 interceptions. Arguably, none are his fault. Or none are real interceptions.
That's wild. That's fucking wild.
The last one's the closest one, but after his reaction and Monken's reaction, I was like, oh, yeah, no, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah. I just absolutely insane gameplay here by Lamar Jackson. Actually, by the offense as a whole, they actually set a new franchise record for most net yards in a season. Right now, currently sitting at 6,787. Again, I repeat, and they're about to play the Browns.
What's the NFL record?
What is the NFL record?
We've got to be close. We've got to be in that class. There's no way
Got to be up there. Because I think that year that in 2019, that was like I think we were fucking shit up.
It's pretty incredible how much better this team is than that one.
Mm-hmm. Light years. It's crazy because we thought 2019 was such like just a juggernaut of a team. Mm-hmm. And it was like, I mean, you're at that point, we're looking at an offense that's just put together with duct tape at that point, and they were still rolling. This is a fully loaded offense and defense, complete turnaround on their season.
Yeah, that 2019, that was basically our version of breaking out the Wildcat when all of a sudden we busted out all the runs with Lamar and Ingram. Remember, his receiving core was who?
Fucking
and he said
Willie Snead.
He set the record for touchdowns that year that he just broke this year with a caliber receiving core. So Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's
that year,
wild.
I mean, we literally ran down the throats of everyone. It was just, everyone's like, he's gonna run. Like, okay, like short little pass to, like I said, Willie Snead,
But I think the
Hollywood.
true key to this playoff run and truly this whole gauntlet that we just went through is Derrick Henry. Like December Derrick Henry is something that I've never quite experienced in this
On the
way.
right
It's
side of it.
unbelievable to watch. And I think they're going to talk about Lamar in the playoffs and stuff. I think the true X factor is Derrick Henry. Like he made mincemeat of the Bills last time they played him. And if they somehow try to stop him, Lamar's going to go nuts. Like that's the thing here. And then the Kansas City Chiefs didn't get to see this Ravens offense truly. Like they saw they saw this Raven offense coming out of the womb. They got and they still almost got their asses kicked. So like I'm excited for what this stretch is going to be like. Hopefully we can beat the shit out of the Browns and rest everybody the second half of this game Saturday, and then come out swinging to open this game up. Wow.
Literally, I saw a quote Myles Garrett said today. The first game and all four, yeah, we usually just say, I'll keep him in the pocket. What we find now, there's like, what the shit are we supposed to do now? We were joking about that all the time. Well, I was like, keep him in the pocket, make him throw. We're like, okay.
Please.
He does that very well.
Now they're like, let's get him out of the pocket. Okay. Do you see what he did against the Texans? He was like, I'm not going here. No, go.
I heard a stat. He is the number one player in football against the rush, against the blitz this year. And that's something you could not say even last year. But do you remember that game against the Miami Dolphins on Thursday night where they just blitzed every play and he just
where they ran
how far has he come? They're comparing him to Philip Rivers on back shoulder throws in the end zone and all these things. Like these are things that we never thought in a million years we'd hear with Lamar Jackson. It was always a hope and a prayer. Now he's gotten there, and it's kind of unbelievable.
I would love to see a team come out and run cover zero against him all game now. He was breaking the touchdown record.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and run that shit.
No, I mean they got safety spine. I mean they got Mika Fitzpatrick is spying him when he's playing the Steelers. I mean what? Like, literally, he loves his run. I'm going to here. Stop. No. Go that way. There you go. Touchdown.
Backyard football, boss. It's straight up called backyard football, bro. Like literally, his style of quarterback is something that people are going to probably spend the next decade trying to coach, trying to teach kids. You can't. That's straight instincts, 100% instincts. And now he's had quality coaching around him the last 4 years or so, and you're just seeing that pure instinct, the athleticism, and a good coaching staff just coming together to create this super quarterback. It's insane because usually for years, most guys were either really good at the run and okay with the pass, or really good with the pass and probably can't run that well.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson's doing both better than anybody ever before.
I mean, probably not realistic. He rushes for about, I think it's 150 so yards and passes for barely 100 something yards. He'd be the first quarterback for 4,000, 1,000.
I don't think John Harbaugh's going to let that happen.
The only way that happens is if he breaks one. Like he's going
to have to break like an 80.
But I have a feeling they're not going to want to.
That's not this year Lamar anyway. So he would have had to gotten yards earlier in the year because he hasn't been like this one against the Texans. I think is one of the first few that I've seen. Oh, that's the one for him. Oh, he's gone.
At the end of the day, 4,900 is still fucking insane.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not. I was just saying you said how close he is to setting that as a record.
He's setting records.
The fact that he's that close, that he's within 150 yards rushing.
And he's going to forever set the rushing quarterback record, I think. Like, there's no way anyone catches him because I think his ability to just not get hurt for the most part lately, knock on wood, but he doesn't put himself in get hurt running because he doesn't put himself in that position anymore. Like, he just barely runs every game anyway. And like his longevity, I think, being as a passer will allow him to play for a very long time.
Even another thing Myles Garrett mentioned, he can't remember a time that he's seen Lamar actually take a just clean sack hit. Lamar don't take those. Even if he's about to, he ducks real quick and gets somewhere.
Because if you catch him, it's like literally a leprechaun catching gold. It's literally just how he moves in that pocket, how good the O line is playing. You're catching him on a toe grab at best. That's it. You're not getting him. It's absolutely insane, absolutely impressive. Yeah, Lamar Jackson, Jesus Christ, probably one of the best quarterbacks of all time when all is said and done. I don't think there's a quarterback actually around now that can ever even come close. Jaden Daniels not. I don't think so. I think he's too much of a passer to do it. He can run.
About I was told Lamar Jackson's a poor man, Jalen Daniels. I was told that earlier this season.
What crackhead Commanders fan did you talk to?
I don't know. Whoever said that if Jalen Daniels beats him, he's the lead them for the MVP. Which
that's wild. That's wild. Rookie of the year, no doubt that kid's got it. We do have a couple of players looking to get their incentives. This is incentives week. Kyle Van Noy, Jesus Christ, I can't say enough about this guy. A half a sack from $250K. How, like, what is he, 33 right now?
Remember when he was just I guess we should probably sign him just in case. We need to bring someone back, right? Let's bring him back.
Did you see? I mean, I think the Ravens are plus 19 for this week against the Browns. Like, there's going to be sacks to be had. There's going to be interceptions to be had. Yeah. I've never heard Lachlan Ford being so positive in my life today on the fan. Where they're making bets on how many sacks. They're thinking 6 sacks as a team, and
they're only doing that
throwaway, and everyone's getting picks and touchdowns.
They're only doing that so when they come back Monday, they don't anywhere close, so they can be like, "See, I told you." That's all they do. But I want to touch anything on the Ravens for this week.
I have never seen Vegas this high on a football team before. On the plus 19.5.
Actually, I want to touch them. I want to touch any Ravens bet with a 50-foot pole. You ain't making jack.
Nope. No.
$5 on the money line gets you 17 cents.
You would make more money betting on our backup quarterback, probably getting like 50 yards passing or something. How much money do you make on that? Because for sure Lamar is not playing most of the second half if they go up by more than 3 scores.
They come out fast and just blow shit out.
Derrick Henry's going to get 100, and then they're going to bench his ass. Who's even playing for the Browns? Like, I don't think Miles is playing. Chubb ain't playing. Dak, their fourth quarterback.
Ain't playing. Denzel ain't playing.
It's over, man. I mean, the Ravens are going to try and win this football game because a win is a home game against the Chargers, who they've already beaten by 2 scores, like at home. Like, let's go, bring it.
I'm here for it. I can't believe it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a very fun game. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, just absolutely fun. What's our injury report looking like? How are we looking there?
The only one that's not playing is Justice Hill, and that's just because he was sick, so he couldn't get out of concussion protocol. Apparently, there was a cold going. There was a fuel going around. I'm glad they quarantined Lamar whatever bubble they put him in, because he don't do well when people start getting sick. There are a few people this week that look like it was in the offensive line room, because most of them were missed some time. The only one that's still questionable is Makari.
I bet you that if this was the playoffs or this was a game that they had to win, I think Justice Hill would be out there.
I mean, but no, they said the main reason he couldn't get out of concussion protocol because he was sick.
Doesn't make any sense.
If you can't, if
you either look straight ahead and not get dizzy, or you can't. Whether or not you're puking up your guts, I don't think it should make a difference.
If you've got a head cold, you might have a headache no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, he needs the rest anyway. Like, to have fresh legs with Justice Hill is going to be fucking huge at the end of the day in a week and a half.
And Charlie's back.
Charlie's back.
Yes, that's huge. Huge.
Bum hurt Jalen Armour Davis is back on the IR again.
How much better is our run game going to be now that Charlie Culver is back? Because you're adding him in with Ricard and just like pumping more, because they're going to go heavy a lot in this game, I think, and just try to overwhelm this defensive line early and just like put it away with Derrick Henry. This is going to be a great game, boys.
It's going to be a great ground and pound game. Again, like you said, Charlie Collar comes back is great for our gameplay, because what do we need to do for the playoffs? Run.
Which is what we did not do against the Chiefs last year. Like, if bringing Derrick Henry in means they're going to run the ball 25 times because they have Derrick Henry and they have to give him the ball, I don't know who's stopping the Ravens.
I think they learned that because as I looked at the past 3 games, about 1,300 yards. Passing, they were 54 for 65 for about 22 passes per game.
Yeah.
For about 654 yards. Rushing, they ran it 112 times or an average of 37 a game.
Damn.
And they didn't run at all against
it was
Texans.
actually less yards than passing.
Like Ali was playing against the Texans. Ali was playing against the Giants. Like, had they just, if this was the playoffs, legitimately, they're putting up 50 points in these football games. They're just not, they're taking the dogs off against, and then if it's the Super Bowl, like, they're going fucking balled out. They're just going to fucking put up all the points. Like, that's a long way from now, but that's what we're looking at if they just play 4 quarters of football. They're playing 3 quarters.
They run it way more, but they have 10 passing touchdowns. So everyone likes to argue, oh, Lamar doesn't throw like, he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
His past 3 games, granted, some of this is Josh Johnson. He completed 83% for 54 for 65, but 10 touchdowns.
He's flirting with the all-time passer rating record.
Yes.
With Aaron Rodgers. I mean,
where'd I put that?
He's putting up numbers where he's got 6 games now with 5 touchdowns and no picks. Like, you're talking about, he's putting himself in the same breath as the Peyton Mannings and Tom Brady's of the world. Like, that's the world he's living in now. And if he gets his 3rd MVP, if he wins the Super Bowl, I mean, he's probably already first ballot, but he's going to end up being literally on the Mount Rushmore quarterbacks if he keeps doing this. If he finishes the year out the way we think he might, he's up there with Tom Brady and Johnny Unitas, and you can't tell me.
He needs a passer rating of 134.4. He has 3,955 yards, and he has 39 touchdowns.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah.
And also, Derrick Henry's 217 yards away from becoming the first player to ever rush for 2,000 yards twice.
How many yards does he need?
217.
He's not getting that.
No.
That's – I think the Ravens are smart enough to just bench everybody.
Yeah, again, they're not just gonna let some stupid fluke injury happen out of nowhere. They're gonna do what they have to do. I think the first half is gonna be the most exciting football we see all year. But that second half, I think that's where people have to start sitting because again,
it's the party time. It's the AFC North.
If we do what we're supposed to do, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but you saw what happened. I mean, granted, you saw what happened with the Bills a few weeks ago against the Patriots.
Yeah.
Saw what happened week 8 against the Browns. Kyle Hamilton forgot how to catch.
And I'll say this: if Kyle Hamilton catches that ball, we're not even worried about this game Saturday. We're benching everybody.
Yeah.
We're probably playing everybody to get that 2 seed. So, like, that's the thing. Like, I think that they've learned their lesson the hard way, and I think the defense has looked as good as it has all year. Honest to God, the kicking game has looked as good as it had all year. I think the coaching is as good as it has been all year. This is the best the run game has looked. This is the best offensive line has looked. I think, honestly, this is the best Lamar has looked because he's been so goddamn efficient. I think everyone's playing at a high level right now. And we're getting these really weird things where we had a bye week. We have another bye week kind of right now. We played on Christmas, and that's kind of cool. I think we're just in a really good place now. We're just vibing out as a football team. Yeah. And everyone else is playing weird. Like, the Chiefs are being weird. The Bills are being weird. The Steelers are weird. The Texans are weird. The Chargers don't know what they are. I think the Ravens know exactly who they are, and that's critical in January.
Not to jump ahead, because we're going to talk about it a little bit more in the show. Hard Knocks really exposed me to something that I kind of already kind of knew, but where they're comparing the teams, like the Ravens just have this aura about them. And I'm not even saying that just as a Ravens fan, but if you compare them, how they, act towards like how the Bengals are and how the Steelers are, it's day and night to me. Again, Lamar Jackson's out there joking with his players, just going out there and playing backyard football, just having fun. And then you have Joe Burrow calling more goddamn calls in one play than I've ever heard in my life. And it's just goes to show you, if you overcomplicate something, you won't have the same results. While the Bengals are great, Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Again, literally should be probably
he's MVP if his team's good.
Yeah, literally. If he makes the playoffs, I say give it to him.
He makes the playoffs, he's MVP. I don't. He drugged that team through the shit.
Yeah, but again, the Ravens just, like you said, they vibe. They just have this vibe about them, and other teams don't have that right now.
They also have one of the best team meeting rooms.
By far. Jesus Right.
It reminds me.
Everyone
First
else
off,
sitting on-
Pittsburgh's sharing their shit with a college. It looks like
everyone's all the other team meetings are sitting at tables and office chairs. Meanwhile, the Ravens are in an auditorium with big cushy chairs. I've sat
They
in them.
are
They're
comfortable
nice.
chairs. I gotta tell you,
They are. Like I said, I got to sit in them once. It was sweet.
Yeah, it's wild, and I think it kind of gives me 2012 vibes. This team that lost in the AFC title game the year before, coming back, everything sort of meshing at the right time after a tumultuous regular season. Very similar comparatively. I think the only difference is we don't have that heartbeat in Ray Lewis, but I think we have a different type of heartbeat, and that's everyone rallying around Lamar Jackson to get him a championship. And I think it's Derrick Henry wanting that ring for his resume. It's guys like Roquan Smith. Like, I feel like you're gonna get something in this playoff that you haven't seen before out of these guys, and that's fucking terrifying if you're a defensive team playing Derrick Henry, but he's got shit to lose.
Y'all ain't even talked about the other guy that needs to be talked about now. Of course, he could have probably done better for my wife's fantasy football team in her other league, but Zay Flowers again,
1,000 yards.
First Baltimore Raven wide receiver in the Pro Bowl.
Drafted as a wide receiver.
We've
had Duvernay, we've had Jacoby.
Fair.
But he's the first drafted wide receiver.
It's been 30 years, almost 30 years, and this is the first one. That's incredible.
I mean, remember, he also was the first wide receiver that drafted to hit 1,000 yards within his first 2 years.
And this is a Ravens franchise that tried and failed to draft receivers over, and you have Perriman, Travis Taylor,
Mark Clayton.
Who else?
Mark Clayton.
Mark Clayton. That's a good one. Rashid Bateman's been damn good. And honest to God, the Ravens are extremely lucky to have him. I don't think I want to put him in the same categories as other guys because I think he's one of the greatest separators in football as far as opening up space for Lamar. He's been a tremendous compliment to Mark Andrews and Zay Flowers, specifically deep, especially down the stretch. He had his first 2 touchdown game against the Giants.
Especially now that Lamar is able to get through his reads a lot quicker. Before he was always, Mark Zay, gotta go. Mark Zay. Now he's like, oh wait, I got Bateman over here.
Bateman's mad.
Like you point out, most of the time he leads the league in those new crazy sabermetric stats of separation. He's somewhere queer all the way up here on his chart all by himself. He just doesn't get the ball.
And how about Isaiah Likely? His walk-in touchdown against Pittsburgh. That his ability to just make the play happen against Houston on what was yet another fucking highlight reel play by Lamar Jackson, where he just did a look away when he threw it. He was he's unbelievable.
He's like,
that's Isaiah Likely, baby.
Isaiah Likely is a blessing in disguise. Again, obviously, I'm not even going to bring it up, but again, we are very lucky to have so many great football players in one place. Again, not every team has a Mark Andrews and an Isaiah.
Yeah, we didn't even mention Mark Andrews.
We haven't even talked about him yet.
He's pound for pound, I think, in the second half, the best tight end in football. I know the guy the Raiders had a great first half. I think Andrews has really come in on the second half of the season, and he's obviously healthy, finally recovered from a year removed from the injury and the leg injury, and what he's going to be able to bring to the playoffs, which we did not have last postseason. He was 10% against the Chiefs. I think honestly he was detrimental to the game plan. I think the opposite is now true in this regard, and I don't think he was healthy when we played the Chiefs to begin the year.
Yeah, actually, so let me see something here. So it looks like somebody was saying in the chat, actually in the comments I was reading, it says, they're trying to screw Lamar Jackson by giving him this MVP. Here's the thing, and I've talked to my wife about this a lot because she just commented also we won a Super Bowl MVP. The amount of NFL regular season MVPs compared to Super Bowl champions is non-existent, I think I heard. Is that correct? If you win the MVP, the rate of them going to the Super Bowl and winning is non-existent at this point, right? I think that's what it is, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's not high.
No.
I personally don't give a shit about Lamar Jackson getting an MVP. I'll be honest with you.
I don't think he gets it.
I'd rather him get a Super Bowl.
I don't think he gets it. I think Josh Allen has
he's
done enough.
He's not going to get
it to warrant it.
It's going to be voter fatigue. No, it's because we gave it to Lamar twice already.
That's one reason. And I think the other reason is
really weird. But
argue that Josh Allen has done more with less.
Yeah.
Whereas we just named 17 reasons why his offense is so good, and it's Derrick Henry, it's Mark Andrews, it's Zay Flowers, it's Bateman, it's his O-line, it's Ricard, it's having Likely. I know that Josh Allen has some weapons around him, and Cooks is like the leading touchdown rushing guy in the NFL, and these guys Shakir. But I feel like no one knows about Shakir until like Josh Allen is making these guys better, and Josh Allen's making some incredible throws, and I think statistically Lamar's got him, but I don't know, man. I feel like the voters are probably going to end up giving it Josh Allen by a nose. And you know what? I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say about that. Because again, if we're talking about stats, without a doubt, Lamar Jackson is the offensive player of the year. And if he doesn't get that, I will be dramatically surprised. Like literally, like
Saquon's going to get it.
Fucking way why he shouldn't. Because again, Lamar Jackson has Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, who is going to be all pro, Mark Andrews, the best tight end in the NFL. All of those pieces together is what's creating this magic. Yes, Lamar Jackson is playing out of his fucking mind, but it's all those pieces together where, like you said, Josh Allen has nobody, and he's somehow still doing it. I'm not saying Lamar Jackson, that Josh Allen is better than Lamar. There's hell no. Because
pretty sure Derrick Henry is having one of his best career years, and that's because of Lamar.
Yeah.
So he's making Lamar better, just like Josh Allen is.
Who the fuck was his quarterback before Ryan Tannehill?
He was still
You're not worried about Ryan Tannehill taking off a run,
and he was still one of the top rushers.
2,000 yards. I see. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. But we were also just talking just now about Joe Burrow getting MVP, and it's because who's truly more valuable. And I think you can make a choice for all of them. I do think that and honestly, it depends what happens on Sunday. If Lamar Jackson goes out and has 5 touchdown passes against the Browns, and Josh Allen sits because they're sitting everybody, that's going to hurt Josh Allen also. Like, unfortunately, it's what have you done for me lately? Lamar Jackson has been
I've seen a head-to-head against Lamar where Josh Allen got benched because he sucked. I've seen a Josh Allen play the same Houston Texans team that Lamar dominated and went 9 for like 20-something. Mm-hmm. I've seen Josh Allen get how many 1-yard rushes from the 1-yard line? Mm-hmm. How many? Why would Lamar have to do that when he has a freight train behind him? Gus did the same thing last year with Lamar.
Yep.
I at least saw a touchdown this last week where it was a good old classic shove my ass in the end zone. The one interception he threw where they caught an arm punt, how many times? They're going to give it to Josh Allen because they love him for some reason so much.
Yeah, the NFL, for whatever
reason, they're like, nah, who's most? It's like, what?
And here's the other thing, and it's not Lamar's fault, but the reason we beat Buffalo is because Derrick Henry's going to have 180 yards rushing. It's not going to be Lamar's going to have 15 throws tops, and it's because Derrick Henry is going to take over the football game. But it's also because they have to guard Lamar in a way that they can't guard other players, and they have to be ready for the passing attack.
Right, he might have 15 throws tops, but he probably might have 3 touchdowns in there.
But if it's snowing, God help them. If it's not snowing, God help them. I just don't think Buffalo had 39 yards rushing the last time they played the Ravens. Like, they couldn't get the ball going. I don't see that happening this time either, the way the Ravens
Josh Allen could have get the ball going, and that was when we were playing. That was one of the worst Ravens pass defense ever.
I'm more scared of the Chargers or Steelers in the opener than I am against the Bills, to be honest with you. I think that's, to me, and it's a home game in the playoffs. I shouldn't be that scared, but I am a little bit. Like, if it's the Steelers, if the Steelers were to bench everyone Saturday, and then they end up as the 6th, 7th, whatever it is, and we get them, that I'm not going to be feeling easy about that football game at all.
Yeah, no. If we take on the Steelers, I'm gonna be real honest with you. I'm nervous as shit. Because history speaks for itself.
You can throw the records out the window. They know Lamar Jackson. They know. I mean, I still think that we'll be favored, obviously, at home in the playoffs. But yeah, that's I don't a fumble here. We fumbled the ball 3 times against them. Like, that game easily could have gone the other way in a fucking heartbeat.
Easily. Oh man, and literally this weekend's gonna be so fun. There's so much fucking writing on tomorrow. Actually, it's gonna be a lot of fun. There's a lot of good football Saturday alone, just AFC North, just straight football. Oh man, from 4 o'clock to about whenever, it's just gonna be a lot of drinking and watching football, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Other news though. Let's get into some other news. Marshall Yonda, Terrell Suggs, and Steve Smith Sr. are among the 15 modern era finalists for the Pro Bowl Hall of Fame, Pro Football Hall of Fame. God, again, I say this every year. I think at least the last three. When the hell did I become old enough to have players that I actually watched in the Hall of
I
Fame?
mean, but this is what going to be now.
I know. Every year, it just surprises me. I don't know.
I mean, we already have said what it's going to be up to 3 to 4 after this year.
Like Ray Lewis made sense because he was like Ray Lewis made sense, but now it's like seeing Suggs and Young.
Suggs, Yonda.
Well, Sizzle got drafted the year after Ed Reed. Ed Reed just retired early.
Yeah.
Like Sizzle at one point was the oldest player in football.
Yeah, remember he had that weird random year in Arizona.
Yeah, so he won the Super Bowl with the Chiefs.
He's going to be first ballot. Yonda, that's a wild. He was 07 draft. Like he deserves to be first ballot. I have a feeling he'll get in maybe second year, third year.
I think so.
But
Steve Smith should, I would think.
There's a lot of receivers who need to get in. So
was
good.
As our fellow Yahoo Fantasy League Steeler fan will point out, that Hines Ward is not.
Hines Ward's a bitch.
Facts.
I mean, I'll say it right now. F him.
Yeah, Mike.
Like no one's scared of Hines Ward. Oh, Hines Ward's playing. No one's scared. Steve Smith will fucking tear your face off, and I'm not even that scared of Steve Smith. Neither one of them, I think.
Well, to be fair, Hines Ward couldn't play in the league right now with how many blocks he laid.
God, yeah.
To be fair, that's half the reason why we all sort of hate him.
I mean, no, I respect him. He was obviously the heart and soul of that rivalry, along with Palomalu and Porter and Lewis and Reed and Suggs and Ben Roethlisberger and Flacco and Portis. And
can I just watch football in 2007 one more time?
The 08 football season. That's just
it's gonna be like 08
football. And I'll respect the Hines Ward. I'm just being a bitch. He deserves to get in the Hall of Fame eventually. I think he's like
he'll get there.
He's like Derek Mason. He was really, really good, really dependable. I never saw him as someone that was like a superstar in this league. I think he just had longevity. He was around.
Superstar in Pittsburgh for what it's worth, but yeah.
I know I'm never going to compare him to like a Terrell Owens or something.
No.
And it took him a few times to get in. So like I just don't think it. I think he'll get in eventually. I mean, he wasn't even a top 5 receiver of his generation. I mean, the Colts had 2 of them alone.
Again, the fact that Hines Ward, we only know his name because we played him twice a year. That's literally
even fantasy fucking relevant. He was like a number 2 receiver on most fantasy teams. Like no one was drafting him high.
Yo, we are pissing off so many people right now, and I love it. I fucking love it. I'm so fucking petty. Oh man,
no. Give me Bolden before ever. Give me Bolden before you give me him.
100% shit. Hell yeah.
I think most Steeler fans would agree with that. Unbiased.
I hope so. And if you don't agree, you're in denial. Yeah, just like that. Jeez, could you imagine Ben Roethlisberger just throwing Bolden? Jesus Christ, that's scary. That's terrifying. Oh man, the NFL also announced its Pro Bowl roster. A lot of Ravens, none to be certain. Kyle Hamilton, second one for him, starter. Derrick Henry, this is his 5th starter. Pat Ricard, 5th starter. So who else is a fullback in the NFL today?
Oh, the guy in Miami. That's basically just between him and that guy seems to be back.
I'm going with the guy that's got the most rushing.
I think that's the only other fullback because I think he's the one. I think he was a fullback last year.
So funny.
You also got Roquan, his 3rd as a starter. Zay Flowers, again. Like Zay Flowers is everything we've wanted in a Ravens wide receiver. First Pro Bowl, the first, again, like we said earlier, first drafted wide receiver in team history to be selected to the Pro Bowl. Again, absolutely mind-blowing, but it kind of makes sense, actually. Marlon Humphrey is his 4th he's in. Lamar Jackson 4th. Tyler Linderbaum and Nnamdi Madubuike. Hopefully, none of these guys will be even close to.
We'll say that was a pretty good first round draft we had a couple years ago with Kyle and Tyler.
Yeah, that's all.
And Nnamdi was never mind. He wasn't as a second, but yeah, it's 2 first rounders. Both back to back.
I mean, they're mostly all first rounders, right?
Yeah.
Obviously not Ricard, not Madubuike, but Zay Flowers, Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers.
Marlon,
Linderbaum.
like the Ravens again.
Hamilton.
This just goes to show you, and I think early on in the
Eric DaCosta era.
Eric DaCosta era, we had our questions, we had our doubts, but looking back now, what has this been about 7-8 years now? We're seeing it. This man knows what the fuck he's doing.
I think nothing shows that more than the draft in which he took Kyle Hamilton and Linderbaum in the same draft, and they're both starting the fucking Pro Bowl. Like, the fact Kyle Hamilton fell to 14 is a tragedy in itself for the entire NFL, but the fact that he saw him, recognized him, and like Lamar Jackson was like, let's use him in a way that he should not, like, most teams won't use a guy like this. And I think putting him in that hybrid role for 2 years has made him such a better safety now that he's back there, because he can read defenses better than really any safety in football.
Yeah.
And he's so big and strong and fast. And then to combine that with probably the best young center in football, arguably pound for pound. God damn, dude. Like, you nailed that draft. You're done.
Yeah.
Go sit down.
You can't do any better than that. You got 2 generational players at their positions. It's unreal. Again, I can't imagine also Kyle Hamilton being in any other uniform but a Raven. But
he's probably never going to take it off. And then they're also, this is kudos to DaCosta, I think, a lot of it. Maybe not DaCosta so much. It's the people who keep people healthy on our team. Like, the fact that you're getting Pro Bowl seasons out of Marlon Humphrey. You're getting arguably a Pro Bowl season, and he probably will get voted in maybe later. In our left tackle.
Right? Here's an alternate.
Like, he is an alternate.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, do you think we were having this conversation last year this time? No, we were talking about whether or not he should even play, and if they're benching him is the right move, and if he should play. Do you remember that bullshit with McCarry and him coming in and out and in and out? Like, to now, it's like you don't have to worry about him. He's literally playing at elite level again. It's been a huge reason why this team has been so successful offensively.
Him and Marlon, again, a year ago, we were having different conversations where they're earning their paychecks. They're earning their money. I don't know if it's maybe close to the fact that they may have to resign at some point, but they are earning every single penny. Marlon Humphrey is this season probably the best corner in the NFL.
Yeah, he's probably first team All-Pro. Hamilton's first team All-Pro. Lamar Jackson's first team All-Pro. Linderbaum probably first team All-Pro. Derrick Henry's first team All-Pro.
Kyle Van Noy better be first team All-Pro. The fact that he wasn't a starter in Pro Bowl doesn't make sense to me. But if he's not first team All-Pro, I don't know what the fuck you're voting. Like, what else you need to do?
That's going to be tough with guys like Garrett and TJ Watt and stuff. But
who else is? I mean, I want to know their sack numbers. That's not a stat I have on hand, unfortunately. But Kyle Van Noy at 33 is playing like a man possessed.
He's an alternate.
He's an alternate. That's fine, but I'm just saying he better be first team All-Pro.
It's the fan votes. So
yeah, because I mean,
ultimately, no one knows who Van Noy is.
Let's be honest. Tucker probably shouldn't be an alternate.
Is he an alternate?
He's an
alternate. I think
alternate.
he's going to show in the postseason why he's an alternate.
How Tucker?
One
that's
surprise.
A popularity contest.
Alternate.
That's like when Ogden made the Pro Bowl. And he was injured the entire season. Do you remember that? Like,
people just know they know the names. Like, again, Pro Bowl voting. This is
maybe Pro Bowl. He was healthy.
Remember, all Pro is what's more important.
But you know who didn't make the fucking Pro Bowl as a starter is Pat Mahomes. Like,
well, he shouldn't have.
But I'm saying, like, of all the players,
fans realize that.
Fans recognize
the fact that the fans finally realized there were actually 3 better quarterbacks in the AFC.
He's going to be in Taylor Swift's wedding party. Like, that should be enough to get you into the fucking Pro Bowl. I'm just saying.
Not when you have like almost 10 double-digit interceptions for the first time ever.
Crazy.
He did not deserve it. The fans finally realized, wait a minute. There's 3 quarterbacks that are actually playing better.
He's going to be the Super Bowl MVP. God damn it.
That's fine. But once again, the fans were finally like, wait a minute. Joe Burrow's leading the league in like everything. His team just sucks. Josh Allen's having a good year. You don't have anything. And
he's leading the league in divisional losses.
Joe Burrow and any other team is undefeated. I'm going to be real with y'all.
That game against the Broncos was a perfect, I said many times, has been a perfect example of their season. Think.
But the Giants.
They missed the kick against us. They went for it for 2 against us also. There's so many losses that could have been wins for them.
If they gave for 2, there was still 48 seconds, 50 seconds in that game still.
Okay, but what about the first game where they missed a field goal in overtime that would have won it? They're the opposite of the Chiefs. They don't have the black magic.
The black magic.
If they get in the playoffs, they might though, and that's why I don't want them to win.
Yeah, no, they're heating up right now. That's what
their team scares
right
me
there.
fucking more. But the only good thing that happens is that if they get in, we won't see them till the championship game.
Yeah, that's fine. Let them
in
get
Baltimore. So like,
but that gives them just 2 more games to get hot.
Yeah. And no one's scared of that defense, though. That's the fucking problem with the Bengals. Unfortunately, they just gave up. Like they barely beat the Titans or something. Like it was just like, what the hell?
Again, if the Bengals make it to the playoffs, give the MVP of this year and next year to Joe Burrow straight up.
100%.
But no team is scared of them in the fucking playoffs. Again, offensively, sure. But if you're in the playoffs, hopefully your offenses have decent, just shred that shitty ass defense up. It's a no-brainer. I hope the Bengals make it in somehow. We have to play them at some point because they're terrible.
If we play the Bengals
Hard
in
to
the
beat a team
playoffs,
3
it's the
times.
AFC Championship game at home again, and the underpass beers will taste extremely delicious.
It would be great
as we tailgate.
It's hard to beat a team 3 times.
Steelers did it. Oh wait,
I know, and also it's hard to beat a team 3 times that arguably could have beat us 2 other times.
Steelers did it. Oh wait.
There you go.
Yeah,
It happened.
Wait.
Why not us?
What
Why
year is it
not
now?
us? I'm just saying. Why not? Baltimore City boys up. Let's go. How much y'all have been paying attention to Hard Knocks? Hard Knocks is finally getting good, baby. We're really getting to see the true comparison of the AFC North, and it's like, wow.
Well, because the Ravens are actually playing AFC North teams. They're actually showing us. One thing I'll say, Harbaugh likes to bulk up in the weight room.
Yeah, yo is swole. How are you?
That's a great opening.
Harbaugh, go Harbaugh.
Like Jesus, like he's out there just like doing pull-ups with weights. Like how?
Doing he's really working out.
Like literally. Again, it's so crazy. Again, to see the comparison of the 4 teams, and you see why certain things have worked for certain franchises, while other things just don't. It's absolutely incredible. I'm loving this season. I really am. It's been great.
Right.
Especially when the Ravens beat the Steelers and you get to watch the react.
Hey, last week they completely shanked the Browns. Like, nah, guys, get out of here. We don't need you.
Yeah, they didn't even show the Browns game ended with Joe Burrow. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, I thought for sure. I was like, they're going to do the first half hour is going to be, Ravens Steelers because we played on Christmas and all that, and then they're going to do the Bengals and some Browns and game men. And I was like, where are the Browns?
Non-existence. Absolutely abysmal franchise. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, Bradley's happy.
Yeah. So Zappy's back. Oh man, always definitely getting that sack. Cole's getting a sack. Dude,
and you know what? I don't even care if we lose this game because we go to Houston. So like, fuck it, dude. Let's have some fun regardless. I think Pittsburgh wants to win because they get to go to Houston. I don't think Pittsburgh wants to turn around and have to play the Bills. Like over the Bills?
No, they'd play they can only play us or the Texans.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Whoever gets that 7 seed's playing the Bills. So
I think they want. Yeah.
It's like the Broncos will be playing the Bills.
Yeah.
We'll say one surprising Pro Bowl alternate is someone I dogged a lot was a Falalele.
He's an alternate.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't know. I honestly don't know.
Tyler Huntley made it again.
No, but he made it.
That's true. I have no idea.
I still am surprised because I still see plenty of replays where he's supposed to block, and all I see is a big old 77 just kind of.
Not lately. He's been playing really well. I think the entire team's playing well, but they also haven't really played anybody lately. And
also,
Pittsburgh.
How much did Hard Knocks convince the NFL to do the schedule this week?
100%.
Yep.
This is not
Christmas too. The whole thing. There's the whole thing. The Christmas too.
This is not what
let's get the Ravens Steelers playing 3 times so that Christmas hits and we have a whole week.
I did not expect this. Almost all the people I talked to were like, we're both going to be playing at 1 o'clock because the NFL wants both teams to have to play for something.
Yep.
The next thing I know, wait, we're playing Saturday? Oh, and first? Okay.
I'm here for it though. I love it.
Well, I think part of the feeling is, and this is true, if the Ravens were to lose, the Steelers win the division, right? If they
No,
win, they got to
they
play.
win.
And
They
if the
still have to
Ravens
win.
win, the Steelers can choose to bench all their players, meaning the Bengals might win.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good theater. And
Unless,
you're still getting Joe Burrow.
but once again, but if for odds reason, if the Steelers win, the Bengals lose, then you lose a lot of theater for Sunday because I'm pretty sure at that point it's either up to the Broncos or the Dolphins.
They don't care about Sunday right
It's
now.
always
They
been
don't
up to
care
the
about
Broncos and
Sunday.
the Dolphins, regardless. Like the Bengals have to win and
The
get
Bengals have to win, and the Dolphins have to lose, and the Broncos have to lose.
I think the Dolphins don't lose. They're playing.
I don't think that.
A shitty Jets team.
I don't think the Broncos are going to lose because they're playing the backups, and they almost beat them with the starters.
You never know with the Chiefs.
I understand.
Like Carson Wentz can still play football.
Why do people not? They almost beat him with Patrick Mahomes. It took a field goal.
Blows.
Patrick Mahomes is not
Patrick Mahomes blows. That's why I didn't make the Pro Bowl.
Pat Mahomes sucks.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't make the Pro Bowl because he sucks.
Yeah, so nobody's fucking shaking about him. Again, if the Ravens,
or it could be that theory that everyone's saying that Chiefs don't care about the regular season. They're going to win the division. So they're just waiting for the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, they do.
They've been here, done that. They don't care about the regular season anymore.
Every year, they have the easiest route to the playoffs. It's crazy. Like,
well, to be fair, they have to.
Rivals are the fucking Raiders.
You're right, but they also have to go through us and the Broncos, us and the Bills. If we get them the 1 or 2 seed.
I'm just talking about their division, not us. I'm not talking about playoffs. I'm talking straight up division.
Well, I mean, the Chargers and the Broncos are making the playoffs.
Those teams aren't that bad.
You could argue they're the toughest division in football.
They both almost beat the Chiefs. They had look at this. The Broncos lost because of block field goal, and the Chargers lost because doinked off the upright.
And the Ravens beat the ever-living shit out of those teams.
The Bills have a cakewalk division. Hell,
we beat the shit out of the Bills.
Bills division is straight garbage.
Yeah, the Bills actually.
The Bills division have like 3 of the top 10 picks.
Yeah, Ravens lost the Raiders.
You're not.
Yeah, well, Tucker was sucking them.
And the Browns.
We couldn't catch. We do it a lot every year, but there are most of these losses we could be like, we shouldn't have lost that.
Most games.
I don't think there's a game that there's been some games where we're like, oh no, that was bad. That was that Dolphin game, like, oh, well, that was bad. But this year, it's hard to find a game that we got beat.
We're rocking and rolling at the right time for sure.
Yes. As they point out, you want to play your best football in December and January.
And that is being led by our game ball winner, Derrick Henry. 27 carries for 147 yards. That's 5.4 yards per carry for all you math nerds. Also a touchdown and 2 catches for 18 yards.
Again, 2 catches.
I love to see a Derrick Henry screenplay or catch.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, well, I can tell you, don't work in Mountain because I threw him a wide open pass in the end zone and he dropped it.
Oh boy, that's mad and that's crazy. Nah, man.
Because Derrick Henry don't catch the ball. Trust me, that's probably his career high, almost close to his career high in catches in a game.
I'm here for it.
Like I said, most times his average bet is over 1.5.
The reason why I wish they would do it more is because you're not expecting Derrick Henry to get a fucking screen pass and run it for 20 yards. Do it. Just make it. Let's go. Come on. You gotta get creative, people. But yes, Derrick Henry, game ball winner. Oh man, I love it. January football. We're now in January. Jeez, happy New Year. It's playoffs from here on out, in my opinion. The Ravens have the chance to win the AFC North Championship. Ross will potentially get a newspaper cover, hopefully. I mean, there's just a lot of shit on the line tomorrow, and it's going to be a great day of football. So,
tried for the second time in a row for the third time in team history.
Crazy. I love it. It's a fun time to be a Baltimore fan, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give any last words, Jordan.
If everything sort of falls the way we're seeing how it's going to fall, we're setting ourselves up for yet another Harbaugh. This will be the 4th time they'll be facing off.
That's wild.
Harbaugh, the younger, no, the older John Harbaugh is
John Harbaugh.
3-0 against his brother. And this will be the return to Baltimore of J.K. Dobbins and Gus
Right.
Edwards and Roman and everybody
Right.
else. And it's like, welcome. Come on
Bring
in.
that-
Get
bring
fucking
that
comfortable.
California
Get ready to
indoor team
watch.
Bring
this
that
shit.
California indoor team for a early game here in January.
That may not be an early game. You're talking Harbaugh.
Yeah,
Probably-
you're
that's probably gonna be
time.
We're probably stuck playing on Saturday right now for the
Saturday night, though. Saturday
Saturday
night.
night.
No one wants to watch fucking Broncos Bills. No one wants to fucking watch Texans
Talk
Steelers.
about the NFL.
No one wants to
Jordan,
fucking
the
watch
NFL. The NFL loves their poster boy Josh Allen now. He's their favorite
I
son.
think the Harbaugh
Look at me.
would get so many people to tune in, and you have Los Angeles. I think the other big game would be Detroit, Washington. I think those
That's
are your
gonna be a
two
good
big
one.
games. All the other ones are fodder at this point. I think those are your primetime games.
Don't forget, there's a Monday night game for Wild Card Weekend.
That's got Buffalo, Denver written all the fuck over it.
Why would you
And
if no one wants to watch it, why would you put that on Monday night?
Go
and
Bozo.
then because they have nothing, they have no choice, Ross. They're forced to watch it. It's like Clockwork Orange. You know, they'll be forced to watch it. And then you turn around, you get Lamar versus Josh Allen. Chef's fucking kiss. Like I'm fucking. It's gonna be a great January, boys.
Oh God, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be exciting. Ross, what you got to say, bro?
I mean, I could say most weeks, as long as we do what we're supposed to do, we should be fine. Like, what is this? Capitalize on the turnovers. I mean, how many dropped interceptions we have week 8? I mean, granted, Eddie Jackson ain't on the team no more, but Kyle is. Like I said, we're playing Bradley Zappi. This is his first start this year, and it's only his 9th of his career.
This is either going to be a really close game or a blowout.
He was a random draft pick from the Broncos Patriots.
I remember when he was on the Patriots, which is
Just do her damn job again. It's like I said, 19, 20-point favorites. It's just
they're ready for the off season. It's going to be really cold in Baltimore.
they're ready to go to
They're there.
Cancun, bro.
Well, I mean,
They're-
let's be honest, cold in Baltimore. They're from Cleveland, so it's probably warm.
That's very.
But at the same time, like they
They
don't
live
want
by
to be
Lake
playing.
Erie.
They're done. I think you hit them in
They
the mouth.
want to lose so they can draft.
They're going to look at Derrick Henry, the fucking hot breath coming out of his face mask.
And a smile.
This one,
I love his smile when he breaks.
you've
the
got
whistle.
fucking Ricard in front of him, and
Terrifying
Charlie Cole
smile.
next to him, and Falafel is like 400 feet tall, and they're gonna be like, "Shit, I'm getting paid regardless, and it's vacation time. I'm not getting my fucking knee blown out for this shit."
A lot
And
of
Derrick Henry's gonna go off.
business decisions will be made.
Fucking go.
They want
A lot of business decisions. Yeah.
Browns want to lose anyway, so they can draft Travis Hunter or Sanders.
Yeah.
Because the Giants clearly didn't understand their assignment.
Not at all. But yeah, no. Ravens play Ravens football. I've been saying that the last few weeks, so I'm gonna continue to say it. But Ravens play Ravens football. All will work out. We're playing Zappy, so you can take that for what you will. No. One last thing I wanted to say. Shout out to Lit Sports Online Fantasy Football League champion Mike. First year champion, beat Sean. We'll be actually interviewing him. We haven't done an interview in a while. I kind of want to pick his brain. So I will be probably doing it with Justin at some point.
I thought it was going to lose like 12 games this year.
Well, I tell you, if
After
the
1
Ravens end
o'clock.
up playing the Steelers next weekend, we
Gotta
should-
bring him on. We're bringing him on. We're
No,
doing it.
why? We should bring on a Steeler fan. Remember, he stopped.
That's cool. Bring him on. Let's do it. Fuck it. I'm gonna ask
Stop
him.
their jersey out. He ain't a Steeler fan no more. He switched his profile picture to the Ravens. I mean, the Broncos, the Orioles.
Yeah, we're bringing him on. Oh my god, I hope so. That's going down. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Not falafel. I don't know if you saw the comments. Colin's like, not falafel.
All Christmas break, I was calling him fa la 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 la.
He's a Pro Bowler, and that's all that matters.
He's a pro, put some respect on his
Put some
name.
respect on that name.
I don't
Holy
know
shit,
how.
I thought we were going to cut him by mid-season. Damn,
I honestly, I don't know how.
it really worked out for him.
I have I have Bastion almost every other week.
You know what? No one ever talks about guards in the NFL, and they always bring him up because he's 7 feet tall and should be playing guard. That's probably why he made the
That's
throw.
literally
It's like
it.
they're bringing up every single primetime game.
Like I said, I literally see him at least
After he
once or
gives up
twice a
one
game.
fucking.
Someone's supposed to be blocking some. Everyone else is blocking someone. And what do I see? A 7 foot, 300-pound guy just. Oh, what? Uh-oh.
Might be.
That's supposed to block that guy? Yeah. Let's say Lamar's over there now. Imagine if we had a quarterback that couldn't move.
Oh God. And yeah. It's gonna be a fun weekend, fellas. Be safe out there. Hopefully, might get a little snow this weekend, but we'll talk. I'm not a weatherman, so I'm not gonna say anymore. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Great football this weekend. Go Ravens. Bring the championship home.